Bourbon, Broncos, and No B.S. Fans, brews, and Broncos news. Good evening, Broncos Country. Welcome to another edition of Bourbon, Broncos, and No BS. And guys, happy July 22nd. If you're like, why does that matter? Who cares? It is Broncos training camp reporting day, and the guys are back in the house ready to get going. To help celebrate this day with me and to talk Broncos football with you guys, as well as some breaking news about us and what we have for you guys this year, I got my man, Spotty. How you doing, good dude?
I'm good, man. Like I've been looking at the schedule recently. I've been looking at preseason starts. Like I'm like, okay, rookies are last week. The team's reporting today, man. We're actually getting news at this point. Like this
real
is
stuff.
Like this is all real stuff. It's not just me and you just shooting the shit for a little bit of time. Like we got things to talk about.
It's not just like, hey, let's break down the rookies for the third time this offseason because there's been nothing since the draft. So let's just keep talking about them, right? No, there's actual news. All the guys are back in the field. Now, the one thing, guys, is we start piling in. We get some comments already. David, how you doing? Glad to see you here. Let's see. From Aurora, awesome. In South Louisiana, glad to see you're still repping, though, wherever you are. Welcome to the show, man. Mr. Sean Cohen, glad to see you here as well, buddy. And our main man, Gary, our marketing guy as well. Good to see you here, guys. Post your comments, post your questions. Big thing that we're waiting to see. Obviously, no real news today. But as the players were coming in, one big name was Dre Greenlaw. Is he going to be ready for the start of practice? Obviously, the first actual practice is tomorrow. So no news of like bad news variety on that front. But I do want to play this little clip from Mike McGlinchey today that he was on the podium and kind of set the tone for what the expectations are for the Broncos and where their mindset is right now. So, Spotty, let's listen to this, man, and then get your thoughts on it.
You've been on a lot of great teams, championship teams. You know what a championship team feels like. Does this feel like a championship level team now?
Well, I mean, we haven't even practiced yet. Yeah, but certainly we feel like we could be. But we got to put in the work day in and day out. And we're obviously very, very excited about what we have here. Everybody feels a little bit more comfortable with the experience we gained last year and the year that we had. And knowing that that's still not good enough. And so we're really excited for the opportunity to come into work and earn a chance to be at the top of the NFL. And that's what we're going to try to do.
As a guy.
And you guys can go to the Broncos website there and check it all out. But Spotty, before I go on to my spiel about some of my takeaways there, what did you hear? What did you take away?
There's this an air of confidence for the team, like to even field questions like this. I just, as like a sidebar, I saw a reporter asking the coach and GM of the Tennessee Titans that they believe that they they're fielding a Super Bowl ready team, and they scoffed, they laughed, like you could tell in every bit of their posture and their body movement that it's a team that's not prepared to compete. And what I'm getting from McGlinchey, I mean, the man didn't even sulk, man. The guy stood straight up, all 6'8" of him. And he said everything that he had with his chest, right? Like, we, of course, know nothing has been played just yet, but you can tell that there's a certain amount of confidence that's coming in this roster when it comes to the leadership of this team and the direction that we're moving in. Feels great. Feels good.
Yeah. No, well, my big takeaway, Spotty, honestly, is that this is proof that these guys listen to our podcast. Everything he said are things that we have been saying, and I don't know if anyone else has been saying it, maybe not, but things like the experience from last year and how that's going to help them out. But the thing he tagged on to that, it wasn't good enough. right? And, you know, you can say that every year. Well, last year we tried hard, but it wasn't good enough. I think it's a different meaning this year because they got to the playoffs. They saw what they needed to do to play at a playoff level to go against those guys and have a chance to win either at home or on the road in the playoffs. So that mindset right there is exactly what I was hoping that these guys would have. And so to hear that on day one, like, look, every team is going to go out there. The PR team is going to be saying, "Oh, this is our year. This is us. Look at all the new toys that we got, and everyone's healthy." But there's a mindset here that I think is just genuine, and it's going to pay off in the long run.
I mean, I don't know if you caught what PS2 they were asking Pat some questions today, and you know, one of the things that I really liked is the guy gushed about Bo Nix, man, and he was the person who said he's like, I think he's going to do some things that are going to wow people this year, and you're like, that's coming from the best player in all of football. I don't care what anybody says, Pro Football Focus, whoever says he's the number 2 corner. All right. But anyways, that's coming from one of the best defensive players. And he says that he's going to do things that are going to wow people. Right. And that's the one thing that as Broncos fans that we're, you know, slightly, okay, what's the sophomore thing going to look like? What's both? No, man, like everybody's coming in. They're going into work and they're hyping everybody up, and it's hard not to feel really great going into the season.
Yeah, totally agreed. Hey, really quickly before we go on, guys, post your comments, post your questions. We got some big news coming up later on in the show. You are going to want to stand by. Big announcement that I promise is going to elevate your fan experience this season, and it's something that I've wanted for a long time to bring to you guys, and I think we finally have it in place. At least a good enough start to make it worthwhile for everyone. But also, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of ours over here at the show, Des, and her friend Drew. Started another new podcast called Sports Balls Podcast. They're making some pretty funny content over there. For Des, if you haven't seen Dez's original channel of Broncos for Dummies, guys, you've got to go see her stuff there. It's hilarious. She's funny. She's genuine. Drew seems like he's a great guy too. I met him once or twice at Broncos games. So
don't judge him for being a Dolphins fan, though.
Yeah. Look, at least he's not. I always say, as long as you're not a Raiders fan, we can at least get along.
Yeah.
So, guys, make sure you go visit Sports Balls Podcast, give them a follow. But let's see more on our front, guys. Let's see. Before we get to the big news, I want to see what other questions we got here. We got our friend Brad Smith over the big pond there. Let's see. I remember
bring us down, let's not say handed. They had nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens every year, and the Bengals didn't win enough games.
Fair.
Yeah, and the Bengals didn't win enough games. So c'est la vie.
Hey, so totally agreed, man. But Brad, hey, good to see you, buddy. As always, I know you like to throw jokes in our faces and keep us on our toes over here, and that's good. That's good for us.
It's funny, actually. It was Brad. I just saw a comment that Jerry Jeudy had one of the worst Wonderlic score tests of all time. So I thought of Brad when I read that today.
That is hilarious, man. Doesn't surprise me. I don't know. I just. Look, he chose to leave the Broncos. Like, you can't – I'm already going to be questioning your intelligence level if you choose to leave the Broncos willingly. Not saying that that's what happened. I'm just giving Brad some crap there. Yeah, it needed to happen. But, hey, some different kind of talk here. It's not purely Broncos related, but Terry McLaurin apparently sounds like there's some rumors coming out of the Bengals side that he's pretty unhappy. Commander side. That he's pretty unhappy there, and that the Broncos, along with the Patriots, are two of the big shoppers right now trying to go after him. Obviously, we don't know of any of the validity of that or anything. It's all rumor, but we keep seeing this like fan base versus Sean Payton thing, Spotty. The fan base says we need a big name wide receiver. Sean Payton says, well, I like what we got right now. And we've seen that through the moves and the draft picks we've seen this offseason. So what do you think of this, man? Is that even something that's on our radar?
You know what? Sean Payton's offenses historically have been ones that didn't necessarily need a big name wide receiver. I feel like they created a big name with the production and the things that they were doing more than them going out to go get it. I could be wrong. Everybody, could be looking at me spotty and telling me you're crazy, but you're going to point to Michael Thomas, who I believe was a 3rd-round pick. You're going to point to probably one of the best wide receivers of all time from a Sean Payton offense. It was Marcus Colston. He was a 6th or 7th round pick for them. I could go probably, name a couple of more of these off-branded Saints wide receivers over the years, and these weren't guys that were highly touted that really did it for his offenses. So I have a feeling it was more about the running backs than the wide receivers. I'm not sold. I don't think we need Terry, mostly because the biggest reason that he's going to want to leave the Commanders is that he's going to need to get paid. And then, as a lot of out there, and then of course all the Bourbon Broncos and BS guys know, that I'm not a fan of paying wide receivers a chunk of money anyways, because as we know, a lot of them are on the downtrend than the up. And Terry's 30-ish, maybe 31 years old. So he's seen most of his good days in the past.
Yeah, for sure, man. Look, it's one of those things where if it happens, it happens. I'm still looking at our cap space for this year. It's not a lot, right? And that's okay. I think we have the pieces for what we need in the second year of a rebuild, with still a lot of young talent here, and players like Bo Nix going into his second year. A whole nother year is going to be just as good for them experience-wise as their first year. If anything more so, because the game slows down. You're able to actually, as players have talked about, you're able to just go play ball. You're not thinking about what route am I running? What's the defender going to do? Do I need to go inside or outside the route? All these different things that are going through their heads. They can just go play ball. So it's only the second year of the rebuild. That doesn't mean my expectations for them are not high, though. So it's an interesting kind of situation. I didn't think a second year of a rebuild, we sitting here saying, yeah, this should be a playoff team, and maybe even win a playoff game or two kind of a team, Yeah.
And I just to kind of go what Brad just said, right? If we don't make the playoffs, will everyone then cool their jets? I think the expectation, unfortunately, at this point is the playoffs. They made it last year. Sean Payton came in to this team to make a difference. We gave up things for Sean Payton to make a difference. He's officially, and I've said this even at the end of last year, he's officially got his players in place on his team, right? So if you have your players in place on this team, the expectation is now playoffs. And I think I hate this more than anything, but also the talking heads are seeing that expectation from us as well. I want us to go back to being underdogs. I want there not to be any expectation from any of these other analysis. These people who are like, oh, the number one defense, they're going to upset. They're going to, take over the AFC West. Can they go back to thinking that we're just dogs? Like, can we be the 32nd rate pro football focused roster, please? So that
5 wins expectation, 5, maybe 6.
5.5 wins. Yeah, no, let's go back to that. Let everybody stay on that side of the street,
Yeah, let the main Broncos talk be like, who are they going to pick with the number 1 overall draft next? That was what they were talking about with us. But no, did you? I mean, if you guys didn't see, ESPN came out and ranked us as the 6th best offense or team,
6th best roster in all of the NFL,
6th best, and we were 31st last year, I think, in most places, if not 32nd. So you're telling me they are totally starting to see things, and
it's a jump.
It's a jump. It is a jump. I don't know how much of a worst to first you get NFL wise. You don't get closer than that other than just that's a huge jump.
I mean, you got to really even think about it, right? Because to go to worst to make that jump, okay, it's about off-season acquisitions, which in truth, there's only 3: Greenlaw, Talafunga.
It's not like we got the Patriots.
Yeah, and then our pick was a 22nd overall pick. It's kind of hard, but whatever. I'll take it, right? It's get a little extra juice for these players because they know that they're good.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, before the big announcement, because I'm going to keep pushing that for a little bit longer, I've got some questions here in the chat that I want to go through. So keep posting those and bringing those in. We'll keep answering them for a while tonight. Let's see. Sean asking, have we signed all of our rookies yet? I believe we have.
All rookies are signed. RJ Harvey signed last week, bringing in
That was last.
total. Yeah, so
yeah.
We're
and how
set.
much was guaranteed?
He got 60% of his contract guaranteed, which is way more than anybody previously has gotten. So,
yeah,
cool, good on them.
Makes sense.
They won their battle a little bit.
For sure. Let's see here. Here's a good one. Because the answer is good news, guys. Any injury concerns at training camp? I brought up the only concern, if you want to call it that, at the beginning of the show, and that was, is Dre Greenlaw going to be actually good enough to start camp? And there's been no indications or rumors or anything otherwise, especially as the players turned up today and reported in. Nothing came out saying otherwise. So this team, there's one player that's starting on the PUP list.
Right, which is good, because we know that if you started the year on the PUP list, there's a good chance that you're not starting at least the first 4 to 6 games.
And who's the guy's name? Rocky
Perry.
Jones or Fred
Perry.
Flintstone? Like who?
It doesn't matter. It's probably someone who was a roster bubble in the first place.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to dog on him or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, it's not a big name player. You know,
right.
This team is incredibly healthy. And when you're talking about Sean Payton getting his people in place, part of that is not just his players, it's his staff. And when I'm talking about his staff, I mean the athletic training staff, the doctors, the medical professionals out there that help get these guys better and keep them healthy throughout the season. They have done tremendous work. I mean, think back to just 3-4 years ago when we were just riddled with injuries just about every single year, man. So huge news that we are not, like, there's really nothing to talk about when it comes to Broncos training camp. There's no quarterback battle. There's no, I mean, you can talk about the punter battle or something. I don't know. Like
at this point, it's like, it's because we got so deep at some of the areas, right? We just, I think the biggest issue is that we might see some fan favorites not get spots, right? We don't know what's going to happen with how deep this running back, room is. Is Jaleel McLaughlin going to get a roster spot? Is he going to be fighting for something? Remember last year we were super happy about Blake Watson, and he's probably going to be a cut and a potential not special teams, but a scout team guy. So that's probably the biggest thing. Though I do want to bring up, and I saw somebody's question about if the Broncos should bring back Noah Fant, because
I'm sorry, I did miss that. Yep.
It's a good question. As some of you guys know, the Seattle Seahawks just got rid of Noah Fant, which would happen to be the last. I mean, we sent them Shelby and Noah Fant, and neither of them on that team anymore. I think we actually end up kind of not losing out on that deal. That's neither here nor there. But if I think Noah Fant, I do not think that we should re-sign Noah Fant. And the only reason I say that is Evan Ingram sometimes isn't healthy. Like, that's like the only thing. If they're scared that Evan Ingram is not going to remain healthy all year, maybe you sign somebody like Noah Fant. But the issue is that he didn't grade out as a great blocker either. So
and that's huge in the Sean Payton system.
Right. And as Jared would say, Evan Ingram's really just a big wide receiver anyways. We have 2 inline blocker tight ends out there. We would probably just change the style up a little bit and run a little more, 3 and 4 wide receiver if that Evan Ingram never went down. So I don't see Noah going to us, and I think he's kind of felt that he was run out of town anyway. So I hope he gets somewhere where he's going to, play some ball and win some games.
Yep. Let's see. Spotty, get some pants on.
Never
here. I mean, why? Why? You don't need to. That's just my take on it anyway.
That's the big news for later.
I like it. Hey, so let me ask you this, man. So going into training camp, obviously we're all feeling pretty good. You kind of touched on if you were concerned about, Evan Ingram's health, that could be a concern. What concern do you have for the team in general right now?
Man, I think my biggest concern, and it's it's probably generally what everybody's looking to when it comes to offense is outside of Cortland Sutton, who is going to step up. There's no team in the NFL that is successful with one dominant good receiver. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? The Justin Jeffersons and Jamar Chases, they could probably do it, but they still have their Robin to their Batman, right? So who is going to be the person, whether it be Devon Bailey, Troy Franklin, we got Bryant who's going to come in. And I want it to be Marvin because I think even with Legwold over the years, we've kept bugging him and saying, hey, why isn't Marvin playing more? And when he did, he was very successful. I want to be Marvin, but he has to continue to progress because he's a little undersized. So it's not like he can play everywhere. So I'm just curious to see who's going to be Cortland's Robin this year.
Yeah, agreed. I'm pulling for either Pat Bryant or Devon Bailey. I love the just seriousness that Devon Bailey kind of portrays. Big catch, whatever. He drops the ball, which was very rare to begin with. Just okay, like job done, move on. Like maybe a little bit of a celebration, but there was never too much. There was, he was focused, man. You could tell that guy was focused. Pat Bryant looks very promising, and if he could kind of take off right off the bat, that'd be huge. I think Mims, using him as we did in the last 6 games or 8 games, whatever, last season, if we continue to utilize him in that way, man. And then you talk about Troy Franklin. Again, if those guys, I've said a million times, if those two, Bo Nix and Troy Franklin, just connect, oh my God. Like this offense. Oh.
Look, it would be nice to see us take off when it comes to offense. We've mostly been ranked in the 20s, probably the mid 20s, since our high-powered offense in 2013. So just imagine what the number 1 or even a top 5 defense could do with an offense that's ranked in the top 15 to 20, right? Even 10 to 15, right? If you can score as many points and your defense shuts them down, you'll be fine. If you have a top defense, you don't tend to need to score points, but ever so often you have a Cincinnati Bengals game where someone is figuring you out that day and you need to be able to score just as much. So it'd be great to see us kind of make that next step up in the offense, be ranked above 20 for once, and scoring yards. Rushing could have a big effect on this year. I think that's probably the other thing to talk about is the fact that if we can see an increase in our rushing game, that just imagine if they could have run the ball last year, where they would have been at.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. It takes the pressure off of Bo Nix, and it's not just that it limits his exposure to injury. And so you can utilize Bo Nix's run ability and his athleticism in very strategic ways. You don't have to rely on it to get you out of sticky situations constantly. And not saying that was really necessarily the issue last year. We had the best ranked offensive line, pass protect and run blocking. So, those guys are doing a great job, but it's just one of those things where you can be more strategic about it and keep the defense on their toes versus kind of more of we know that Bo's going to run here kind of a situation, because they have no other run game. We can expect this is going to be a Bo type of run. So interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. We're going to get to some closing thoughts here in a minute, guys, but it is time. I've spent way too many hours on this, threatened to beat up my computer way too many times, guys. But let's pull her up. It is time to introduce to you guys the live website for you guys to go start using, checking out Bourbon, Broncos, and No B.S. Right here, guys. The website I'll put down here is broncosandbourbon.com. So just kind of show you guys a little bit here. Tons of stuff, one-stop shop for all of our content. I'm not going to go through all the pages because I want you guys to go check this out. But easy to find all of our stuff, latest shows, latest podcasts, latest videos, all that stuff. One thing here, guys, on the homepage, if you go down here, there is a spot for you guys to send in your questions, send in your comments if you guys want to have us address it on a show, or if you have a joke that you want to tell about the team we're playing coming up next or something like that, and you want us to read it out loud, man, send it our way. This is a spot for you guys to interact with us even more and interact with each other. So We also got the main spot, the huddle right here, guys. Tons of stuff where you can set your mood about the Broncos. You can submit your photos from game day, tailgates, tailgate parties, hangouts, show off your Broncos gear, show off your man cave, whatever you want to do, guys. Share that here. Check in on game days. Tell other people, hey, here's the Broncos hangout. Come on out if you guys want to, watch an away game together or whatever the case is. Maybe you're not in a place where there's a ton of Broncos fans and want to get together. This is the place to go for that. All of our AI images, you guys can scroll through those and check those out and comment and everything. Big thing here, Broncos only fantasy football builder. Okay, guys. Every week you can go in here and set up your fantasy lineup with Broncos players only. There's specific rules that you guys can go check out once I get the FAQs up here and everything. But this is going to be huge for you guys to go compete against each other. We'll have the leaderboard for you guys to track your scores and see who comes out on top at the end of the season. And there will be a prize for somebody. For whoever wins the fantasy, the Broncos fantasy challenge here. So you're gonna want to go in every week and set your fantasy football lineup. This is all free to use, by the way. Big thing here, guys. All the people who sign up during this season, since it's our 10th anniversary and this is new, you will be automatically upgraded to the basic level membership once we roll those out next year as well. So free upgrade for everybody who joins this year once we roll those out. So come on out and check all these features out, guys. And then lastly, game day chat. This is your one-stop shop. As soon as game day hits, guys, come on over here. You can type in all your Go Broncos chants, all your share your superstitions, whatever the case is, guys. The game is going on. Share your instant reactions, guys. So this is just a great place for you guys to come and interact with each other as well as interact with us as well. So last thing I'm going to say about this, guys, I pulled down the screen. Again, that is broncosandbourbon.com. I can't type and talk at the same time, so bear with me. Hoo-wee. There we go.
Broncosandbourbon.com. Out here,
man, I've been doing this for 10 years. If I haven't figured out how to type and talk at the same time about two separate things, it ain't going to happen. Okay. But I do have a prize giveaway challenge for you guys with the website. If you find the Easter egg that I have hidden in the website, a little joke, if you will, and send it in through the message part of the website, you will be the one and only person I ever give this to. Free top tier membership, free upgrade for life. So whatever our membership tiers are, whatever they cost down the line, you will be the one and only person to get free top tier membership, guys. You're going to have to go find that though. We'll give you a special badge, maybe that says Hall of Famer or something like that, but it'll set you apart from everybody else. So the only time I'm going to offer this, guys, first person to go find it. So instead of just rolling right into our closing thoughts here, Spotty, I want to give people a chance to go bookmark the website really quickly. Okay. And we could just sit here. Hopefully they are. We could sit here and keep talking Broncos, but I want to drive them away from us to go bookmark the website and come back. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Mark Davis's haircut for a little bit, and just because nobody wants to see this, but I'm going to pull it up anyway and just talk about why.
Have you been watching Quarterback on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You need to, right? And the only reason I bring this up is because it's an episode. Kirk Cousins goes to get his haircut at Great Clips or something like that. Like, nothing against Great Clips, you guys, but they're for sure need. Kirk Cousins has made enough money to get his haircut somewhere else. Now, but Mark Davis definitely didn't go to Great Clips. He went to mediocre clips, and that's how you get this kind of haircut.
Yeah. Well, it's like, why would you? So, by the way, guys, if you're still listening to this, don't go bookmark the website and then come back and we'll keep talking Broncos. But this is a thing where you're like, I know that it's probably one of those things that once you have so much money, like, you don't really care anymore, but should you still care? And I think the answer here, this proves yes, you should still care.
Man, hanging around Tom Brady, like you should definitely look out, start taking care of yourself, right? Like standing next to Tom Brady and all of his, surgery and whatever he's done to his whole entire body and face. Like Mark Davis should pick it up. He's got enough money for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sure does. He sure does.
Right. For sure.
But like, how would you like professionally associate somebody with somebody like that? Like they say first impressions are everything. And so at some point he had to have had a good haircut, right? And maybe I could search, like, did he have, because if I meet somebody for the first time and I see that this is their choice of hairstyle, I'm going to question their decision-making abilities.
It's wild, man. Like, hated him, Al Davis, but he had style at least, like his dad, man, always came out. He was, the shades and the jacket. He had style. I don't know what happened. Mark must have got his looks from his personality from his mother.
I haven't heard that one before. I like it. Well, it's stuff like, Tom. I want to know what Tom Brady's like, but then Tom Brady gets associated with the Raiders, aka this guy, and I go, I don't know if I ever would even care to meet him, because I'm just going to be like, dude, I don't trust anything you say. Do you also think that way? Like, do you also make terrible decisions? Yeah.
Raiders, right?
Raiders.
He definitely looks like somebody who would draft a punter with their first round pick.
I love it. Okay, let's pull this down, guys. Hopefully you went and you bookmarked the website after the show here, guys. Please go sign up. Again, it's sign up is for free. And everybody that, signs up will get free membership upgrade when we institute that next year. But hopefully you guys enjoy the tools, and I'll be testing those as the season starts and whatnot. But especially the Broncos only fantasy builder, guys. Hopefully that's a big one for you. So go bookmark that website and go check it out and sign up after the show. But with that being said, Spotty, let's do some closing thoughts, man. Broncos training camp starts today with them reporting, and the first practice tomorrow, the first public practice on Friday, which I will be at as well. Annoying the fans as they wait in line with my spiel of, hey, go check us out and subscribe to our YouTube and check out our new website and everything. So if you're going to training camp on Friday, I will see you there, and I apologize for annoying you in advance. But no, it's a good time to see all the Broncos fans together and excited to see some football being played. So, Spotty, man, closing thoughts over to you, man. What do you think?
So you've said this a whole bunch over the last couple of weeks. I know this for sure. I've been watching, and it's nice to think that over these couple of weeks of training camp, we're not focused on the most important position on the field, which is the quarterback. So we get to see how all of these other position battles are going to hammer out, because we know how the running back position hammers out, how the wide receiver position hammers out, how the cornerback probably position is going to hammer out, is going to have the biggest effect on how this team goes through the rest of the year. So it's nice to see that the focus isn't on the main vein, the main person who runs our offense, but instead in all the ancillary areas that we're looking and hoping that they'll contribute to what the main guy is doing. So I'm excited to see if we get a free agent guy who steps up and surprises us. Maybe we end up trading a couple of players because we're just so deep. It'll be really interesting to see what the Broncos are going to look like when they finally hammer down to the final 52.
Yeah. And it's going to be, look, guys, when you have a roster that's deep, there's probably going to be some surprise cuts. There's going to be some painful cuts, players that we've seen do well in the last year or two. And now they just didn't have it compared to the new guy or whatever the case is. So brace yourselves. It's probably not going to be fun when we get that news, but it's part of having a team that is just, has good depth, has a ton of talent, and everybody's playing incredibly well. Hard decisions are going to need to be made, but in the meantime, we're going to see how all this plays out throughout training camp, and just get to enjoy it every bit of the way, because here we are, guys. The Broncos, for the first time in nearly a decade, have real expectations behind them. And look, guys, we've been covering the Broncos since the year of butt fumble Sanchez was our first year covering. So I think, Spotty, you haven't been here the full 10 years, but you've been here long enough that the bad years are tough to cover.
There were times that we're like, man, I don't even want to talk next week. I'm pretty sure that was David who said that. So,
yep, no, and I've had that feeling too. But now here we are, and everything's looking up. And so, guys, get ready for it. It's going to be a fun season with lots of good news. And let's just be glad that we can put the previous years behind us and actually look forward to what the Broncos put on the field in the upcoming weeks. So, Spotty, my man, thank you very much for helping me out tonight, man, being my co-host. It's always good to have you on the show, dude. And let's check some comments really quickly because I kind of ignored those after my big announcement. Thank you for everyone who's been tuning in. Brad, even though you give us shit, I'm glad you're here as always, man. Big shout out to our marketing guy, Gary. Thanks for all the help he does for us behind the scenes. Jose, always good to see you. Michael, you're always good to see you in the comments as well. And what we had Sean's always here. Team. Oh no, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Team Brony. Yep. We haven't mentioned him this show. And I feel like that's a sin. We need to mention Brony, our highly talented long snapper. Yeah. So just for you, Sean, just for you. But seriously, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's always great to see you guys. And I'm sure I missed some people in the comments there, but for everybody who's tuned in, you're great, guys. We are just a few weeks away from ramping up into our full season mode of all the content, and to include the post-game show, which happens the day after the game, the Tuesday night show, this show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We got our pregame podcast that Spotty and David do a fantastic job breaking down the upcoming games, so you guys can listen to that on all the podcast platforms, making sure you're following us there. And then game day, man, we got the pregame show. We got the original live halftime show, the halftime hash here at Bourbon Broncos No B.S. And then with the website now, we got articles, guys, for you to go to check out. We got all that interactive stuff on the website for you guys to check out. So just tons of stuff. So make sure you're following us because also that might win you a prize later on in the year when I ask for everybody to prove that they're following us in certain locations. And you can already be following us and submit your entry for an awesome prize at the end of the year. So this is the 10th anniversary, Spotty, man. We're going to be giving out a ton of stuff, dude. We might have to just start giving out dates, what has to happen in the season for you to start giving? I know you're married, don't get me wrong, but start giving out dates as a prize. Hangouts, if you will.
I was going to say, I feel like people could be seeing us at the games too. We're at a lot of games. I know Kev Dan's at a lot of games, and we're at a lot of them. So I feel like people should be meeting up with us there.
Yeah. So watch out. We'll let you guys know, as we get closer to the start of the season, but same spot in the back of Lot C every game. And believe me, you can't miss it. So Spotty, man, whew. That was a good show, dude. Thank you very much. And again, thank you to all the fans. But I've got nothing left to say other than what we always do at the end of the show. And that is very strong. Go Broncos. Take care, guys. We'll catch you later.
Do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sip and go, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know